Hello everyone, Shaky here, and welcome to Modulus. In this game we basically have to extract this material called polyrock and smelt it into cubes that are made up of 64 voxels. From there we will modify these cubes and make different shapes to build our factory. So let's jump right into it. Basically these extractors work at 15 per minute to start with, so we're going to put 4 of them per conveyor belt because the furnace can support up to 60 polyrock. So I think we're going to put them down this way. And then you can actually run the conveyor belts right through them, so that's pretty nice. That comes down to here, and then we can throw a furnace on. And we can mirror that, nice. And there's our polyrock right there. That makes a nice little cube here, made of 64 voxels. Alright, we have a whole bunch of building tools down below here. We have, conveyor belts, we have splitters here, we have a miner, we have some furnaces, a whole bunch of tools down here. And then we also have some building tabs. We have like white building tab, which is what we're interested in first. This is going to be the basic core facility. That's what we're kind of interested in getting up and running right away. And this requires 2 different voxels, so we can click on the voxel here. We can pin it. That puts it over to the side of our screen here, and we can refer to it any time. We also have a mini map, which is the list of all the islands that we can purchase. Right now we are just on this island, but there are a whole bunch of islands we can purchase eventually once we unlock the currency, which is in the top of the screen here, which is these expansion tickets. But right now we're after these gray data shards right here. That is basically the form of currency for the tech tree that we're going to need. So in order to make those, we're going to start with the basic cores here. So this requires these 2 voxels. This is a shape that has 64 voxels. We can take these existing voxels that we have here and put them into a cutter. We can also get rid of these trees, which is super nice. So we can put a cutter down here, and we have to configure it. We can slice it up to 4 times. So we can slice this one down the middle, and that gives us 2 half cubes here. We'll configure that one, nice. And we'll put these into a splitter, because these basically, it inputs at 15 per minute, and since we're creating 2 shapes, it's outputting at 30 per minute. And our assemblers next, that we're going to put down. These can only operate at 15 per minute right now until we upgrade them. So we're going to put down a splitter right here, and that'll split our stuff coming out of the cutter into 2 lines of 15, which is exactly what the assembler needs. And we can configure that to make our module. Configure that. Nice, we get a little confirmation we created the module that this building is looking for. And we'll just drag this belt up to here. And that is going to be delivered to the basic core facility. Next up we need this shape here, which is also 32 voxels. So we'll come down here, we'll grab some of these I think, and we can get our polyrock coming out of here. So we can just copy this setup here, rotate this around, put it in here. This will make this, but we're going to reset that one. We can actually delete this one, and then we can put down another cutter. We'll assemble that one to rotate this one and cut it in half. Nice, that gives us two stacks like that. And again into an assembler, which is, or a splitter, which is this, and then into a assembler, which is this. Configure that one to stack them. Figure that, nice. That's our second module here. We can easily move these buildings. I'm clicking E, just clicking on it, moving it. Super awesome. And that is our second module we need. Now, of course, this is a factory game, so we are going to expand quite rapidly, I believe. We're going to put miners on all these right now. There is all our miners. We have them in groups of 4. That basically fills up a belt, because the belt could hold 60 per minute. And these are putting out 15 per minute each. So we can basically reduce a little bit here. Super easy to move stuff in this game, which is super awesome. I love it. We can just delete that here. We can move this around. Can rotate it. We'll put it up here, I think, like this, and then we'll also mirror that. We'll copy it and mirror that like this. Let's move this out of the way here. Get rid of this, and we'll copy this again. So there we go. That's basically 60 per minute come in here, and this gets divided out into 30 and 30. And this one divides it into 15 and 15, which is what these machines can handle right here. 15 per minute. And they're all making the same modulus here, which is going to be this one right here. And they'll come out down here and we'll put them into the factory. We'll do something similar with the 4 miners over here to make this factory. So we click on this building, we can actually see that this requires double the amount of materials. This requires 24, this requires 48. However, like this one requires 64 voxels, this one only requires 32 voxels. So we can actually get this double the amount of modules out of this by just copying this over like this. We'll mirror that and put it back down. And then we'll just do 4 sets of those. 2, 3, 4, and we can just move these over into place like so, and then we can split these off. I believe we can just do it like this. I think we can do like a manifest or manifold design here, and we actually don't need this one. I believe that should work. Now, because we have so many of these, we can only put 4 per conveyor belt because that will fill up the belt. So we'll take these 4 down here and stick them in here. And we'll take these 4 down here and make something else out of them. In order to get materials into this factory to build it, this requires 24 of these to build and 48 of these to build. We can add some cranes. We'll put 2 on each for starters just to get it speeding along. Each crane can basically input stuff at 15 per minute. That'll come in handy to know later. So it'll take some time to build this factory here. Alright, we're actually going to build 2 of these to get it started, so we can get a nice big head start on it. We'll copy that right there. This line can come in right here, I believe. And we'll just bring this line in over here, I guess, for now. Add some cranes to this. So we require 2 cranes on this one, and 2 cranes on this side. Alright, I move these around a little bit to make them a little bit more space friendly here. See if this works out. We'll drag this line down to here. And to here, and we can grab some cranes off these buildings. And we'll grab these 2 here. And these 2 here. Do something similar on this one. Grab these N2 and these N2 here. Can't grab that one, so I guess we'll have to grab this one. Or we could do is move this down a little bit. Like this, but then we have to delete these elevators, these cranes, and re-put them in. One here, one here, one here, one here. Nice. So we click on one of these, we can see that it requires 4 of these modules and 8 of these modules to create 1 basic core. Actually, it creates 2 basic cores. And these can be upgraded at a future date, but we need to unlock the tech tree to get that done. Alright, so next up, these basic cores are needed in these 2 buildings here, the basic bot assembly and the basic processing plant. The basic processing plant is what we're going to work on first. That's going to get some research up and running. So we'll just put this down here so we can see what's needed for it. This needs 2 different modules. We will pin all those, and we'll unpin these. So this requires this piece and this piece. So we're going to need some black pieces and some white pieces. Let's work on this one first. That's basically half and half. So we're going to come back down here and extract some of these modules down here. For this one, we're going to shoot for 4 sets of 4 miners. That should give us enough material to get the data shards up and running, which is our currency for the tech tree. 4 of these, 1, 2, turn this one here, this one here. Alright, so I combined 2 miners per belt here. That gives us basically 30 per minute coming out down this belt here, which is not a full belt, but it's going to be enough to get our data shards up and running. So let's grab this and let's just put them into a cutter, I guess, right away. We're just going to move this around later, so let's just get this up and running like this. This is going to cut it in half, like so. Configure that, and then we will split those as they come out. They come out at 30 per minute, and we will put them into 2 more cutters. This one, actually, let's configure this one to rotate this and cut it in half again. Nice. Configure that. Then we can come up here and split that again. Put that into an assembler. And this assembler can probably make our piece here. Configure that. Nice. And basically this piece will be the exact same thing. Copy that over. Mirror it. Put it down, except we're going to need a new building, the monotoner here. The monotoner will turn it from white to black, or vice versa. And we can just set that down to here. Bring this up to here. Grab another We created another module there. I don't know what that's for. Actually, that must be for a different building, but we'll look at that in a minute. This is going to create this one. Configure that. Nice, and that is our module for that one. And basically this can handle 30 per minute. This line right here can only handle 15 per minute. So we'll basically need 2 sets of these, but we'll copy those around in a minute. Let's get this other one up and running. This is going to be this shape here. I guess we'll start with a cutter. We will cut it into 4s, like so. Configure that. That is basically going to put it into 60 per minute out, so we're going to need to split that off into 4 belts so that we can work with them. Because most of our machines only do 15 per minute. And then the first one right away we're going to want to assemble. That will be like this. And that'll basically create our black wall here, this piece right here. Configure that. Nice, that must be for a different building as well. We'll grab our monotoner here, put that one down, that'll be the black wall right there. Next up we need these 2 pieces. So let's see what we got coming out here. We got this piece coming out here. So we're gonna have to cut these. So I think we'll do something like this. And we will rotate this one here and cut it down the middle. Like so. Configure that, and we'll put that into a splitter and into an assembler, and that will be making our piece something like this. Configure that. We'll do something similar on this piece. We'll copy this over, mirror it, and then we'll put in a monotoner here. Let's just move this setup over so we don't run into the mountain here. Super easy to do. We just select it all and move it over. Zoom out a little bit so we see what we're doing. Good enough for now. We're gonna move this around anyway. Alright, and basically this is a monotoner up here, so we're gonna basically combine these 2 together. That will make this shape here. So I think we want to rotate one of these like this direction here and stick it on the end here. Configure that. And we're actually going to mirror that, I think. So we can put another one up here. And bring this one up here into here. And that should be the shape we're looking for once this piece arrives. Just got to wait for our walls to arrive here. There's our wall. And that should be our module right there. There we go. So that's both modules. All I gotta do is get it set up and delivered to this building here. And again, these are basically making, this requires 64 voxels, so it's basically gonna use 15 per minute. We have 30 per minute coming in, so we're gonna need 2 sets of these. We might as well delete these trees here. Yeah, I think we'll just come down here and move it into place. Probably do something like this, I guess. Maybe we'll leave a gap in there so we know what's what. And we'll copy that as well. And we can take these down to here. Nice, there we go. That is that one module there. And then we need to basically the same thing over here. We need 2 of these. Let's just copy this for now. And we'll bring this down over here. I guess we'll just set it like here. Can't really get it there. I'll look up one more, I think. And I think for consistency's sakes, we'll probably move this one. And we're going to line them up with that row right there. That looks nice. Keep it all kind of organized. Got a nice row of assemblers here. Let's grab these belts and put them into here. Into here. Then we'll need a splitter here. Let's see, let's rotate this one. Or mirror it. Put one here and one down into here. And our shape comes out here. Into there. And that is our shape. We just got to get it into one of these machines. Add some cranes on. And take some time to build that factory. That will be the basic processing plant. We're just bringing these last couple pieces in here, and it should build the building. There it is, our basic processing plant, and we can see this needs 6 of these, 6 of these, and 6 of these. These are the basic cores. So I get the basic cores over here. The way we do that is we come back to our building tab here, and we have these drone buildings somewhere. The harvester pad. Put the harvester pad down like probably over here. Then we can link our drones to the buildings here. We'll link one to here and one to here. And we'll just put these down over to here. Now because we're limited to four cranes right now, we're going to have to delete 2 of these so it stays even because they all need the same amount of pieces, 6 of each piece. That is going to create 6 gray processors. So we're going to come over here, we're going to grab another harvester pad. We will link that over to here. We'll put down some data centers. I think we'll put down 4 of them. We're going to do it over here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't need all those right away, but we're going to need them eventually, so I might as well put them down. We'll put those into here. So we're going to rotate this one, move it down a little bit. And we'll put some splitters in here. Let's get some data shards going, which will be what we need for the tech tree. The tech tree is quite large in this game. I love it. Lots of stuff to research here. Look at all of it. Great factory game requires a great tech tree. So there we go. We're going to get this one first. This is the second floor. This will basically help us upgrade our buildings. But let's see if these are working. We've got to set these recipes here. This one, set this one, and set this one. Some great data shards coming in. Nice. That is how we are going to use our tech tree. So we can grab this here and we'll unlock the second floor. Nice. Cost us 1 building block. 1 gray data shard. And these buildings can be upgraded, but so right now they're producing 10 per minute. We can upgrade them. They stop producing while they do that because they require another 24 voxels or another 24 modules to build it. And 48 of these. And we might as well upgrade this one while we're doing it. Upgrade that one too. Nice, and that's going to basically increase them from 10 per minute to maybe something like 12.5. I'm not really sure. This one is done is now 11.25 per minute instead of 10. So not a huge difference. It does make 3 instead of 2 each cycle. So that seems pretty worthwhile. And we can upgrade it, I think, one more time, but we have to unlock that in the tech tree as well. That's going to cost us a lot more. 40 cubes, so we're going to have to wait for that one. We do have 13 already. And this has a little storage. It can hold up to 240 of each cube. So basically, you can tell if we're making too much or not. This belt is not backed up, so that means we're using all the cubes. I'll also upgrade this one as well. Or that is going to create a backlog of basic cores, but I think we'll burn through them pretty quickly. Okay, we're just going to let that run for a while, and that'll help us build up some data shards so that we have some research to do. We do have to rank up because rank is basically how you unlock certain items. Like this requires rank 2. In order to rank up, we basically have to get some XP, so we can do that by delivering robots, which we're going to work on next. That's basically the main goal of the game, I believe. These are the delivery targets we got to hit. And we can also do some challenges. These are kind of like extra things you can do to earn some XP and some extra rewards as we go. But right now we're going to work on the androids right now, which is going to require basic cores as well. And I believe I overbuilt this. I believe we could actually fit 4 of these in. 4 of these basic core assemblies on this build here. So we're going to go ahead and rearrange this to get that done. Alright, we're going to try something like this, I believe. We're going to just move this out of the way for now. And we'll copy these over. Extend these down. So these again, these need 1 of these and 2 of these. So that is one of these. And two of these. Same thing over here. Nice, and we come up here and do the same thing. And so those take some minute to build here, and we'll put these back over here. And we will just relink these. We'll unlink this one. Let's just delink all these. And let's relink this one to this one here, and this one here. Nice, I'll free up this one for future use. All right, there's an overview of our factory. It's looking pretty nice right now. Next up, we're going to hit up the basic bots. That's under the white tab here. That's going to be what our objective is, to deliver one Android. I believe that's a basic bot. So we're going to grab this basic bot factory down here. Let's just put it up here to see what it's required. I believe this is what we've already made, these two modules here. Let's go ahead and pin them. Pin all, and we'll unpin all these. Nice. So this first one is this shape right here, which I believe we made down here somewhere. This one right here is this one. Nice, we can just paint this one black. That'll work for that one. And so that is this one. Let's just copy this setup right here. That will be for that one. And we need the white wall, this one here. That might be over here maybe. Not that one. What about this one? This one right here works good. So is this set up right here? So we'll probably just copy this, I think, and then we will bring this over to here. Set this up here, and we'll delete these two here. And copy this and just make two of these. And we might as well mirror this one while we're at it. So they come out next to each other. Nice, now we just gotta get these hooked up to some cubes here. I have these miners down here that are not used yet. This is 2 belts of miners, and this is 2 belts of miners, so basically 30 per minute on each line here. I think we can get away with just one of them. Let's just throw this over here maybe. Let's move these around. Move these around. And we'll grab these belts over here, and let's bring it up and over. Something like that should work. Now we need another harvester pad over here. Put it in the middle here. We'll link those two to it. And we'll grab these conveyor belts up here, come over to here. And over to here. Put some cranes on this guy. One here, one here, one here. And we actually need to paint these. I forgot one of these needs to be painted. This one here. So that's an easy fix. We can just delete this. Grab our painter. And put it back in. That's all the modules we need. The basic cores are come over here. None of these will use basic cores to make basic bots, I believe. And we just need to put a harvester pad in here, somewhere in here like this. And we might as well move it over one. And rotate it. And then we can just stick it down here. And that'll go straight into the hub. So we just gotta wait till all those pieces arrive and this building gets built. Alright, now that building's done, we should get our first droids out of it. Or I guess our androids. They just recently changed the name because of some kind of copyright issue. Which is kind of weird. I don't know how the word droid could be copyrighted. Seems strange. But anyways, we got the basic bots going. Should be done pretty soon here. And there they are. Our first bots.
Delivery target complete. Rank up.
Nice, basic bots level 1. We got 300 XP for that, and we ranked up to level 2 for that. Nice. We can kind of see our progression here. This is how many modules are in the game, I believe. It looks like 53. These are the ones we've unlocked. This is our delivery, basic bots number 3. So we basically get, when we deliver 60 bots, we'll get 600 XP. And then all the way up to this one, when we deliver 40,000 basic bots. That's quite a lot. Alright, while we're setting that stuff up, the research built up a little bit. So we have some research points to spend. We can go hit the tech tree up here real quick. And these are the next things we're going to work on, these blue pigment ones, because that's how we're going to get the droids, which will complete the objective. But we're actually going to go down and grab this 3rd floor for the gray buildings. That'll be nice. Little bonus to our production. And we're going to grab this extra crane amount. Give us 6 cranes instead of 4. And then we're going to grab the efficiency view. Still have a little bit of research to spend, but now if we hit H, it shows you the efficiency of all your buildings. So green means it's operating, at its full extent. Yellow means we're not using enough of it, and red means it's basically stopped. So we definitely need to work on our efficiency here, but that's because this is built for expansion. So we can we can upgrade all these buildings here to level 3. Might as well upgrade all of them. And can we get this one too? Yep, we'll upgrade this one. And we'll upgrade this one. I guess the 3rd floor in each building, which will get us more production out of them. Alright, before we start tackling this deliver 1 android objective, I think we're going to hit some of the challenges up. Just kind of work on these as we play. And each one gives you a little bonus. This one gives you some decorative fences if you complete, I believe, 1 tier of each level here. So we're going to just do this one first. We're going to pin this one to the board here. Unpin this one because we don't need that one anymore. So this is the one we're after next. It looks like we're going to need a whole bunch of little pieces of 4. So let's come up here and set up some miners. Alright, for this one, let's put down a cutter here and we'll cut it into 4. Configure that like this. Configure that, nice. And then we'll have to divide these out into 4 belts. Nice, and then we'll have to cut these again. Looking for that, we'll just rotate it here once and cut it into 4s. Nice, configure that. And we'll have to divide those out into 4 as well, so we'll just copy this setup right here. And we can put some assemblers on. And for this we can just kind of flop these over on their sides. And I believe something like this will work. Configure that. Copy that over to here. Throw in our assembler. And we can just rotate these around. Stack them. Configure that, nice. And if we do this twice. So I'm going to move this up 1. Like so. That way that lines up nicely with that. And all we have to do is put in another assembler. And this should be the module we need. Configure that, we gotta do is stack these on top of each other. And I believe that's the module we're looking for. Oh, there we go, new module, got the confirmation there. And these have to be delivered to the hub down here. I went too far. Nice that it puts tunnels in for you automatically. And we can speed this along by using these outputs as well.
Delivery target complete.
So we completed it. Oh, I think to complete the first one, all you need is deliver 1. Put that right there, I think. Nice, and that's just one set of miners. We could actually hook this up on our side. We could probably, let's get rid of this stuff here. Copy this over. You can copy trees. Flip it. And there, we're going to delete this tree. And we'll run one of these miners over there. Nice. And down here, around here, and into here. And that should double our production of this. We just have to combine these. We could have moved this one closer because these could all be on the same belt. But this is all temporary. It's going to get destroyed once we complete the challenge, which is 1, 2, 3. This needs 200, and I believe this one is 800. All right, so I actually got distracted and let that one run for a little bit, and it completed. So we got all 3 ranks on that one done. I will do the other 2 in between episodes here so that we can get these XP and get ranked up here. But I was going to complete this one here, and then we can basically unlock the additional cranes, so we can probably speed these up a little bit. We have a ton of extra parts here, almost maxed out, 230 of 240. So let's see if we add some extra cranes to this, now that we can do one at each spot if it speeds it up a little bit. Because right now it is estimated to make 30 per minute. Oh, that's quite a few. Let's add it and see what it changes it to. Let's put one there, and one here. So that takes it up to 60 per minute. So it's going to be a lot of extra processors here. This seems to be keeping up. This doesn't have any backlog in it whatsoever. So we could definitely use the extra speed over here. And I'll just do the same thing for these buildings too. This one is producing at 7.5 per minute right now. Add some cranes onto it. And it's now doing 15 per minute. Nice. Yeah, so that's going to do it for this episode. We will look at doing the androids next episode, and that will involve getting some blue paint done and probably unlocking this island over here. So I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching.